come here and pitch the same thing in our World Blockchain Challenge. And his idea was he had access to solar panels, and he was somewhere in South Africa where he wanted to build, for a village or a school, solar panel, and he wanted funding to be done using cryptocurrencies. And at that time, it was only Bitcoin. And he came here and he won one of the top 3. I'm not sure if it was first, second, or third in our global challenge. And he only got like maybe $10,000 as a prize. But what he gained actually more than that is a lot of investors and visibility in Dubai, where he's coming now this year for the 3rd year, I think, in a row to Dubai, where he's actually built a lot of successful deployments in South Africa and other places in Africa, where he actually builds the solar system, charges the people of the village for the electricity that this solar system provides, and all these investments were actually from crypto. You can also invest in cash, but most of the investments were actually done in Bitcoin. I was one of the judges in that competition. I'm also an investor with him as well, and he's a good friend, and that's one of the use cases that was very beneficial in this case. Because you have the liquidity that the crypto ecosystem provides, you have the use case where you actually need it, and you need actually distributed ledger technology to actually enable not only the tokenization of the land or the asset, in this case the solar panels, but also you bring in the ecosystem where there's a token exchange. It's a perfect use case. Exactly, and it's a perfect ecosystem for something like blockchain technology. The only problem is in Tanzania, what are the laws?
Yeah,
is this
so
allowed or not?
What we're creating is a portfolio of assets. So different investment portfolios, global investment platform for Generation Z. And the idea is to look at, basically our focus is to look at existing charities and convert them into social impact projects.
So what's missing then? The technology part? Is it? Everyone here does the
technology.
That's the easy part.
That's the easiest part.
I just see the technology backing and I'll do the rest.
Everyone is here, including myself. I'm more than happy to have it.
I don't know how much, I don't know what's required, I don't know what the setup is, because it's multiple layers of different.
You're spoiled for choice.
Whoever's interested, I want someone who looks at the people past, profit loss. Okay, I'm not interested in making money, the money's there, a lot of money is there, but that's not what we do this for.
Beautiful idea, but I think there's one particular challenge that you need to cross in order to get this to work. So today, one of the biggest issues in tokenized assets is linking a token with the ownership. Let's say today we do fundraising for this project and we get $100 million. And we say everyone that holds a token owns X% of this land. The real owner of the land, which is... Hello, if you go to... I trust you, شكلك بتحلى, but let's say...
I'm giving you your answer. I get what you're saying. My answer, I'm repeating this again. We'll identify social impact, okay, let's rephrase that. We'll identify charities that can be converted into a project that will provide them with sustainable income. This particular case study happens to be a farm.
But that's not my point. My point is, let's say you own the land, and all of us here, we invested and we own the tokens.
Create an existing company that's going to work as your actual...
But to do that, you need the land department of Tanzania to accept tokens as mean of ownership. Because if you go and you sell the land, you transfer the title deed to someone, and you take dollars and put them in Cayman, we're left with a token that
doesn't matter. You don't know my whole story.
Yeah, like I said, the
I have no interest in letting the rural farmers, all these people, the land is not private owned. The land is basically 2 acres of land from different farming communities. People who do not have access to money to just buy basic stuff and irrigation systems. We put them together with 7,500 farmers collectively with 50,000 acres of land. So what is happening is we're not going to have the asset for you to own shares of the asset. I don't want you to lose the land.
Okay.
What you're going to have shares of is future market for a company.
Okay, so the cash
we're going to have on there. We've already done the feasibility study on demand and supply, what's required locally, what's required regionally, what's required globally. So even if we're not able to sell outside, we already meet the market demand there.
Okay,
So
it looks good, to be honest, from just the basic information that you have.
I've been working on it since 2015.
Yeah, it looks like you've done your homework. I think both of us expressed here, you listen the small little details. I think technology is the least of your concerns. I think the other economic model and things like that needs a bit more work. Like you said, this is an impact business. You're not looking to make profit.
No,
You're
it's
making
100% profit. You will make a profit.
Yeah, I know, but profit is not the end, you know,
No,
it is the end of the day, it's an impact-based project, and there's a lot of them here in the region, a lot of them in the whole world. For example, we do here in Dubai, I'm involved actually in something called the donor project, which is in UAE called Hayat, which is organ donation, but the database for organs and recipients are all on the blockchain, and that's basically an impact business. We're not making any money from that. But there is profit, and that profit is only to sustain the business. We're not putting anything on our pockets, basically. And we need a lot of those, and those are the perfect use cases actually for blockchain technology. Some of the best use cases are impact businesses, and where you can bring liquidity from investors into things that otherwise will not have liquidity, you know. So I think, yeah, it's only a matter of connecting with the right people, with the technology-wise, but I think it's not a big thing, and there's a lot of people that are more than happy to help you out with that.
Thanks a lot, Fatima. I think there's, like Dr. Moran said, there's plenty of people you can tap into. I think we've got one more. Yeah, go on.
we have Jason as well.
Yeah, Mohammed Salman, doctor here for 2 years now. I have a comment on Prem's question and also something to add up for George's comment on the application of the blockchain and the mass adoption of the cryptocurrencies. So he asked about the tokenomics layer is at the moment is missing part when it comes to the enterprise application of the blockchain. Yes, it is the case, but there is a reason for that. There is a taboo of any kind of a tokenomics, a tokens, cryptocurrency with the enterprise people. They just take 2 steps back when they hear these things. But for the blockchain, they have acceptability to listen and of course to adapt as well. So currently what the use cases are in the enterprise blockchain scene, yes, they are using it minus tokenomics. But down the road, definitely that layer of tokenomics will come into the play. One of the use cases, the reward, my background is L&D and HR. So one of the use case which will help the mass adoption of the cryptocurrency and tokens as well is the associating the rewards system of companies like Huawei or maybe even a smaller size. Once they will start getting their rewards and even the salaries, which is a use case of tokenomics layers within the enterprise blockchain application or private blockchain application. Once these type of use cases will start rolling out in the market, we will definitely see more adoption and consumption as well, not just adoption in terms of owning and retaining it. Once they will have it to use on a frequent basis, then it will be the case we can see tokenomics layer within the private blockchain scene and at the same time mass adoption for the and consumption as well.
Are you referring to the use cases where, like, as an employee you get paid half of your salary or a percentage of salary in crypto? Are these the kind of use cases you're
Like when
referring
we
to?
say rewards or performance management system, it covers like the rewards of all types. At the same time, the compensations as well. Those compensations could be the commissions, the salaries, or any kind of a service charges which you pay off. So these are the application areas. So you have, and this will come through the enterprises, large enterprises, and they will give it to their employees, which will be in number of thousands. They will go out in the market to pay their bills, to buy their groceries.
Exactly, so that was my next question. So even if you have that in place, but you don't have anywhere to spend it or any way to trade with it, or like Dr. Moore said, use it, don't you see, I mean, I'd love to hear your thought because you look into that, but let's say Huawei decides to pay their employees at 20% in Bitcoin, and then what happens next if you don't have the ecosystem that supports Bitcoin?
The ecosystem has to be evolved, and it's a chicken and egg situation. We have to create both together, but at the same time, like it will be a regulator which will play the role first. For example, Brisbane Airport is starting taking to the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies for their services, and even in the retail outlets, they are accepting cryptocurrencies. There are top 4, I think, which they have started using it. So these are the outlets, these are the areas, maybe something like Soup or Amazon, they will start this thing. So these things have to go parallel. So the point of the tokenomics in the enterprise blockchains will start coming into when there will be, yes, the parallel layer of consumption as well. So it will have to go parallel. It's a chicken and egg start.
Jason, I think, has a...
Jason?
We have a person in the front as well. Yeah, the mic is right there.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go to you.
Been waiting for a while.
So my name's Nick, I'm from Nassau. I'm going to say crazy. I'm going to say something more far out and crazy. I think the big application is going to be virtual environments. Because in a virtual environment, which if you take social media, it is your virtual environment. Nothing in there is real, apart from a photo you've taken, but then that's a digital version of
Not even that.
something you can't even own anyway. So you own the photo, but you don't own the thing you took a photo of. That's truly your own.
Digital scarcity, you mean?
Sorry?
Digital scarcity, just like CryptoKitty.
Exactly, but with technology the way it's moving on, AR, VR, and all sort of stuff, when you create something in a digital space, it's 100% yours.
So let me ask you a question.
Which is better than physically owning something. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you own mana?
Mana.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Mine is good.
So mana is a currency for a virtual platform where you can actually buy digital land. And if you haven't done that yet, then I don't think we should talk about this.
It's cool.
You have to
Actually, I'm a very fast learner. But
Okay.
the reason I bring this up is that almost every under 30 person, maybe 25, they probably want to own a car and they probably want to own property. So what assets are they going to tokenize?
Digital assets, like I said, that's why I asked you.
Yeah.
If you are in that age category,
I'm
and
not
you
in
own-
that age category. I'm not in that age category, you can imagine.
He looks young for his age.
Yeah, sorry. It's just, I would say it's genes, but it's not. No.
So I give you an example. So this mana is a currency that the currency fluctuated, but not as dramatically as people think. It's lumped with all the other digital currencies, but the value of land within mana land, or whatever it's called, went up dramatically, still goes up dramatically, because it's digital scarcity. So even in virtual world, you'll have the same issues you have in the real world, where digital scarcity is there, control of assets and creating new assets. All the tokenomics that we talked about earlier, whatever applies in the real world will apply again in the
But it may not be centrally governed, depending on the environment.
Mana is centrally covered. They should have this
Depending
much.
on, I don't know about mana, whatever.
Look, virtual environments will definitely happen, but I think it's important we get away from like the Sims mode kind of buying digital land, because what can you use digital land for?
Oh, a lot of things.
He obviously owns a lot of digital Maybe that could be a topic for next time.
We have to take into consideration that people are paid for their energy. It's their own proof of work, right? So you get paid in dollars because today that's what your company pays you in. But if you're working somewhere in Australia and you're in some virtual, it could be Upwork.com or any of these places that just choose to switch payment from being on a fiat-based system to something else, that's where you get the critical. Every day people work and they get paid in something. So if someone can create an environment where you work virtually, then that's different. Everybody does do it. It's Upwork and all those platforms, but they're still being paid by US dollar. All they need to do is make that switch.
There's one in the Middle East called Ureed, who are trying to compete with Upwork. Adding crypto to that sounds like a very logical thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of game developers. So we had a game development conference about a month ago or so,